Oh, you know what? I screwed this up. Okay. So, welcome. Do you want to tell everyone who you are and what we're making?
Hi, everyone. I'm Esther Choi. I'm the chef and owner of Mach Bar in New York City. We have 2 locations. Was supposed to be 3 like this month, but our third location got pushed to who knows when. But but my 2 restaurants in Chelsea and Brooklyn, we had just reopened last week. So and that's it, pretty much.
And besides being able to get prepared foods, you're doing these kits, and that's what we're doing today, right?
Yes, we just started doing these like amazing meal kits, and I think it's super fun because we make making whatever we have on our menu super easy at home. You know, so everything's like prepped out for you. All you're doing is really kind of like finish cooking it.
And it came with a little instruction card too, which I like.
Exactly. It's like, this is how we pick up each dish at the restaurant. So like you're becoming a line cook, basically.
Did I screw this up every time? Did I type your Instagram handle in right?
Choi Bites? Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes. I forget if there's like a dot or not. I was like, God damn it. Great. We're off to a good start because normally I screw that up. And everyone yells. Normally the person I'm with doesn't notice. It's everyone in the comments being like, you spelled it wrong, you idiot. I'm like, all right, whatever. But all right, so tell us about the dish we're making today.
So the dish we're making today, Jeremy, it's one of your favorites. It's called Tteokbokki. Tteokbokki means rice cakes in Korean.
That's why I wrote Korean rice cakes.
Yeah, because if you
spelled that wrong.
If you wrote Tteokbokki, everyone would have been asking over and over again, what are you making? Yeah, so we are making Korean rice cakes, but this version that we do at Mach Bar is more modernized, and it's a version that I came up with because I normally don't really like the texture of the rice cakes that are traditional. It's like super soft and chewiness I like, but I feel like the texture is very one note. It's right, all just like no soft. Contrast. Yeah, yes, yeah. And I'm all about texture. I love like crispy and crunchy and chewy and soft all at the same time. And that's what these rice cakes are. Okay, so should we get started?
Let's do it.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get a pan or wherever. A pan usually works, a fry pan. And what we're going to do is we're going to crisp up the rice cake. So you want to grab like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. Like, let's do like 1 big scoop. I would say like maybe 5 cubes of the butter.
What temperature do you have it on?
Let's do medium. Yeah, so we want to gently melt the butter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then
it is the secret to every restaurant dish.
Dude, you don't even want to know. Like, people don't want to know how much butter restaurants actually use. Like, it's kind of
and salt.
It's kind of scary. It's like, oh, why does the food taste so good at restaurants? Yeah, for this reason exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's add. It doesn't have to be all the way melted, the butter. Yep. Let's add about like, I don't know, 15 pieces of rice cakes, depending on like what serving you want. And this meal kit will serve up to 4.
Okay.
Right? So this is gonna take like maybe 5-6 minutes to crisp up and brown.
Someone's asking, what is your opinion on rice cakes and kimchi soup?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Because that's different. Kimchi soup, like that stew, is not just rice cakes. So you have still texture of everything. And I happen to like the rice cakes, like when it gets really soft in the soup. I actually like that. So I'm a fan. So we're just gonna like kind of gently toss it around and let it cook. Like honestly, if your heat is on too high, then what's going to happen is the butter is going to brown too quickly, and then the rice cakes are not going to be crispy. So you want to be gentle. You want it to be gentle. my God, my house always smells like garlic. Like and you don't even know when you're inside all the time, but when you go outside for a walk and then come back in, you're
That's
like, oh
exactly,
my God.
that's what it is.
Like, oh God. Okay, so mine is already starting to brown. So this is what it should kind of look like. All right, so at this point, you want to add like 2 spoons of your pork and bacon mixture.
Right on top of it?
Yes, right. Right in there. It's just gonna get crispy all together. So the bacon and the pork is already pre-cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So all you're doing is getting it like super, super, super crispy, right? So we want to brown it a little bit more. It's going to take like maybe 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, basically the bacon and the ground pork is rendering the rest of its fat and kind of like cooking, or it's like getting crispy, and like the rice cakes are getting nice and flavored with the pork.
And someone's asking, is there a recipe without pork?
Yeah, you don't have to use pork. You can use ground beef. You can use tofu, ground tofu, or tofu. You can like break that up and put it in if you're vegetarian. But you can kind of like use any protein you want, as long as it's like kind of ground, you know. I do like it with the bacon though. The bacon really, it's so good. Okay, so are we crispy? Are we good?
Crispy and good.
Okay, and at this point, turn off your heat.
All right, we're off.
Turn off your heat, and we're gonna let it slightly cool before we add the sauce. Because if you add the sauce too early, the chances of the sauce breaking is really high. So the sauce might get just super, it might, like the oils might separate and it won't come together. So we want it to slightly cool. Okay, so I think at this point we can add our sauce.
Smells good.
Yeah, the sauce is like so good. The sauce is made with gochujang, which is the fermented Korean chili paste. And we also add like 10 other ingredients to that. So gochujang is the main flavor, but then we add like mirin, sesame oil, garlic, ginger, some pear, and we like kind of like mix it all together. So it's a special sauce. Special sauce. Okay, so at this point, we can plate it. The cooking part is done. Like it's so simple, right?
Super easy.
Super easy. So
and it's all, I like when we're just using one thing because it's less things to clean up.
Exactly, right?
One pot.
Oh, man, that's my ideal man. Everything in one. I said man. Obviously, it's been a while. What I meant to say was like one pan. Everything in one pan, right? When I cook at home, I try to do that with everything because I'm like too lazy to clean. Jeremy and I were just talking about how much we hate cleaning. Cooking's great, but like the cleaning part, man.
Makes a mess. I have to run a dishwasher every single day now because it's just I go through a billion pans.
So you guys, this is the tteokbokki, right? Beautiful. And then Jeremy, like just make a little well in the center.
Okay.
Make a little well in the center, and that's where you're gonna crack your egg in. Okay, so you put your egg, put it straight in the middle, and then let's get some of the white kimchi. Okay, so the white kimchi goes straight on top.
All right.
And I love the white kimchi on the tteokbokki, Jeremy, because it gives like this really acidic, crunchy, different than crispy, because the rice cakes are crispy. The kimchi is crunchy and it's like super refreshing, and it really the acid in the kimchi really cuts through all the fat, so it's really nice in there. And then the scallions that you have,
got some scallions.
Yeah, that goes straight on top.
Someone's asking, how do you make white kimchi?
How do you make white kimchi? You just it's kind of like a regular kimchi recipe, but you don't put in the red chili flakes. But pretty much it's like the same without the red chili flakes, so it's not spicy. Okay, and then you can top it, and then you top it with sesame seeds.
Okay.
And then that is it. So let's taste it.
All right, I'm ready. I'm gonna get that yolkiness running everywhere.
Oh my god, it's like my favorite thing ever. This dish. It's so popular. This is like one of it's a crowd favorite. What do you think? As good as when you eat it at a restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love the textures going on.
Mm-hmm.
I love the sweetness, I love the heat. I like the white kimchi on top. It's just a great combination. Oops, great flavors. There's something about the rice cakes that like I can't stop eating them ever. There's something about that texture. No, there's something about that chewiness and with the crunch. Like it's such a, I hate this word, but it is such a good mouth feel that you want to keep eating and eat. You know what I mean?
Why do you hate that word? That's a good word. Mouthfeel?
For some reason, it just became this thing when we were producing shows. I think just for like whatever thing we went through, I don't even know what show it was, but that was like the trendy thing to say. So the judges, every single episode would be like, oh, the mouth feels so incredible. We like roll our eyes in the control and be like, oh,
you're like over it.
The mouth feel, who cares? But it's true. It does like something like this is all about those textures and the chewiness. Like that's exactly what you're getting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And these rice cakes, the one that we use at Mach Bar, they're very thin, which is kind of different. There's like all different types of rice cakes. There's like the flat ones.
I would say the short and fat ones, right?
The short and fat ones. There's like the real thin ones too that are flat. But I feel like this is like the best type. It's like long and skinny.
I like it. Well, how do people order? Can they order this the same way they order any food, or what's the process?
So right now the process is you place your orders. You email your orders at machbar.com. You can go to machbar.com for our full menu. We also have do-it-your DIY ramen kits. So we have ramen kits. We also have tteokbokki kits, and then we have like bibimbap kits, and then we're gonna start adding more of these like meal kits at home. So my whole thing is, I feel like the process of doing like 2 things at home, like everything is done for you. You just have to do like one thing, but it makes that experience of the food so much better. Right. And that was the philosophy behind our meal kits. Like ramen, yes, we can cook everything for you and deliver it to you, but it's just never as good. You know, with ramen, you have to boil the noodles and eat it then and there. So when we do our ramen kits, we send you the fresh noodles, we send you fresh broth. All you're doing is heating up everything and putting it together. And that's it, dude. See, nice and simple. We're not trying to complicate things, right?
That's what I always tell everyone too. Like, if I'm able to put this dish together, anybody's able to put this dish together. Because listen, I mean, I know about food, but I'm not a chef. I know how to cook. But I think if I'm able to do what everyone's able to do, and that's what I like. I like cooking things too. I feel like when you get scientific with baking, that's where I screw up. Because like my ADD gets in the way and I forget something or do something out of order. We're here like, put a little more of that, a little less of that. It's not going to affect the dish that much.
Yeah, I just feel like the meal kit is great because it's you get like a restaurant quality dish because everything, the sauce is all made for you. Like everything is there for you. All you're doing is really like finishing it, and it's honestly anybody can do that, right? It's like so simple. So yeah, that's it.
If people want to follow you, if people want to follow Mach Bar, where can they do that?
You can follow me at Choi Bites, which Jeremy has pinned. Choi Bites, that's me. My restaurant is Mach Bar, MOKBAR_NYC. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Jeremy, thank you so much for having me and doing this.
Of course.
Hope you enjoy the tteokbokki.
I'm going to keep eating this off camera so it's not so awkward. All right.
Okay.
Bye, guys.